Hey, what's up guys? So in this section we're going to talk about setting up your CS properly, and I'm going to tell you what settings I use and what I think you guys should use. A lot of these settings are mostly personal preferences, and a lot of people get hung up on what settings a pro player uses or what res or what sensitivity a pro player plays on. But in reality you need to find out what's comfortable for you, what works for you, as in your physical space, your settings, your hand-eye coordination, the way you like to sit and these things. So I'm gonna talk about in-game settings, physical settings, outer game settings, and gear choices. So for the first section, for the first part, let's begin with the outer game settings. So we're gonna start with my Nvidia settings, and this is my control panel. Most of the settings are mostly default because I actually have a pretty good graphics card. I use a 2080 Ti, and then these are the settings that I have that I am currently using. A lot of this stuff is basically on default, except a few things here and there, like the power management mode or the preferred refresh rate. The only other thing I've changed by yet is basically the digital vibrance and the adjust desktop size and position from aspect ratio to full screen, and then perform scaling on, I change it from display to GPU so that my game all tabs a bit quicker. That helps a lot. And then for the other part is the other part is for my launch options. My launch options are no force muzzle, which basically turns off the muzzle off. The no force M speed is to make your mouse a bit slower. The no force M arms is to turn the M arms off. The freak here is for frequency, the monitor refresh rate. So I have a 240Hz monitor, that's why I have changed the setting to 240. If you have a 144, you can just put this in. If you have a 60Hz, you can put this in, but I use 240, so that's what I've put in. Dash console is just to activate the console, and the Novit part is to make CS load in a bit quicker. The tick rate 128 is just so that I get in games on 128 ticks. On 128 tick server, so whenever I create them, and allow third-party software is basically when I'm streaming the game, so that the game shows up on my OBS, and those are mostly my out of the game settings. And then there's some other stuff, but that's Nvidia graphic card related, and most of the part is this. And also there's another part that I totally forgot. It's for your mouse settings. So you go into additional mouse settings, and then these are the settings that mostly people play around with. You go into pointer settings, and then a lot of people have pointer precision turned on, which I've turned off a while ago. It's basically like aim assist, but then it sort of makes the game a little bit hazy to play and not that comfortable. So I've turned that off, and then I use pointer speed at 6 out of 11, basic Windows stuff. That's basically what I use for my mouse settings and my in-game settings. That's basically all of my out of the game settings, and then the next episode will be about my in-game settings, so you guys can move forward to that.